The battle for Willow Lake. The autumn breeze carried a crisp chill across Willow Lake, where I sat on the porch of my inherited cabin, sipping coffee and savoring the quiet. 6 months ago, this place became mine after my grandfather's passing, a haven of family history nestled in Minnesota's Lake Country. But that peace shattered when 3 strangers in hard hats stormed past my gate, barking orders to cut the lock on my storage shed. No warning, no courtesy, just pure entitlement. I grabbed my phone, heart pounding, and called the police. What unfolded next wasn't just a property dispute. It was a chilling conspiracy that would unravel a criminal empire. And when the cops arrived, those intruders' smug faces turned to panic as handcuffs clicked shut. I'm Robert Hayes, a 52-year-old architect with a knack for spotting trouble, honed by years navigating shady contractors and corrupt inspectors. That day, as I watched those men eye my shed home to 4 generations of family documents, every instinct screamed danger. The leader, a man in his mid-40s with a clipboard and a swagger, dismissed me like I was a nuisance. HOA patrol, buddy, he sneered, claiming reports of building violations. But I'd lived here for months without a single complaint. His 2 sidekicks shifted nervously, and I noticed something chilling: a ring of master keys dangling from his belt, the kind only law enforcement should carry. My gut told me these weren't HOA goons, they were predators. I started recording, demanding identification. The leader's vague threats about community safety and bigger problems only deepened my suspicion. When I mentioned calling the cops, their confidence faltered, and the leader slipped, calling me Robert without me ever giving my name. That was the moment I knew this was no random inspection. I dialed 911, describing the trespassers and their suspicious gear. Within 12 minutes, Officer Daniels arrived, his calm professionalism a stark contrast to the intruders' crumbling facade. They fumbled through excuses, producing driver's licenses, but no official documentation. Daniels' flashlights swept their SUV, revealing surveillance equipment, lockpicking tools, and property maps zeroing in on my land dated to 1987, the year my grandfather bought this place. The cuffs came out, and the 3 were arrested for trespassing, possession of burglary tools, and conspiracy to commit theft. My security cameras had caught everything, including their attempt to disable my main system. But they missed the backup I'd installed, a paranoid architect's precaution. The footage showed a calculated operation targeting my shed, where deeds and mineral rights were stored. As the patrol cars pulled away, Daniels handed me his card, warning that this looked like organized crime. That night, at 11 p.m., my phone rang. A woman's voice, low and urgent, said, "Robert Hayes, they'll return tomorrow to burn your shed. It's not about your land, it's the water rights underneath." The line went dead, leaving me staring into the darkness, my mind racing. By dawn, the same woman called again. "I'm Ellen Carter," she said, a former paralegal at Grayson and Partners, the law firm behind the HOA. She revealed a chilling truth. The HOA chairwoman, Vivian Marsh, was orchestrating a campaign to seize my property for its underground aquifer, worth millions for a luxury resort project. Vivian, daughter of a failed real estate mogul, faced bankruptcy unless she secured my land. Ellen's husband had been one of Vivian's victims, losing their home to fabricated violations, dying of a heart attack soon after. Her pain fueled her mission to expose Vivian's corruption. Ellen's documents painted a sinister picture. Vivian's family was drowning in debt from her father's botched developments. My grandfather's 1992 lawsuit against Marsh Development for mineral rights fraud had humiliated her father, and Vivian was settling old scores while chasing financial salvation. My land's aquifer was the key to her resort, and she'd already forced out 15 other families with similar tactics. That night, motion sensors pinged my phone. Through my cameras, I saw a hulking figure dousing my shed with gasoline, dropping a gold lighter engraved with VM. I grabbed my grandfather's rifle, but the arsonist fled. That lighter was Vivian's first mistake, a direct link to her crimes. Armed with Ellen's intel, I went on the offensive. I spent a day digging through public records, uncovering Vivian's violations of HOA regulations and conflict of interest laws. She'd approved zoning changes for her own properties, bypassing community review. I compiled a 200-page legal brief, cross-referencing statutes, and sent a formal notice to the HOA and Grayson and Partners, threatening complaints to the state attorney general. The psychological pressure worked. Vivian spread rumors about my mental stability, hired private investigators, and even planted a false police report claiming I was stockpiling weapons. Her desperation was unraveling her. When police arrived with a search warrant based on her terrorism accusations, I was ready. My cloud-backed documents and GPS-tracked phone disproved her claims. Instead of weapons, they found my legal brief detailing Vivian's crimes. Agent Sullivan from the FBI joined the scene, revealing that Grayson and partners was under investigation for racketeering. My case was part of a broader pattern of property theft and municipal corruption. Ellen's intercepted recordings of Vivian plotting my murder staged as a fishing accident sealed her fate. The FBI set a trap, placing me in protective custody while surveillance teams watched my cabin. Vivian's final move was a military-style assault. 3 vehicles converged on my property, led by her in tactical gear, directing arsonists and a tech expert to erase evidence. Unbeknownst to her, my cameras were streaming live to YouTube, reaching millions. Viewers watched her confess to bribes, murders, and plans to burn my cabin, believing it was an electrical fire. The comment section exploded, with strangers documenting her crimes in real time. She even admitted to killing 2 others who'd threatened her empire. When her tech guy found my cameras, backup systems kept the stream alive. Her rage-screaming threats against my family was captured in high definition. The FBI moved in as she lit the accelerant, arresting her and her team. The live stream, viewed by over 5 million, became the most-watched true crime video on YouTube. Vivian's charges included racketeering, murder conspiracy, judicial bribery, and domestic terrorism. At her trial, Ellen's testimony and my evidence exposed a network spanning corrupt officials, judges, and offshore accounts laundering money through a fake Chinese corporation. Vivian's resort was a front for organized crime, reliant on my aquifer to legitimize massive transactions. 6 months later, in a Minneapolis federal courthouse, Judge Thompson sentenced Vivian to life without parole. The courtroom, packed with her victims, erupted in applause. Her law firm was dismantled, its assets seized. My sister, Laura, faced similar harassment in Minneapolis, sparking her advocacy for HOA reform. The aquifer became a conservation trust, protecting Willow Lake. The viral stream triggered nationwide homeowner protection laws, with over 50 states passing reforms. Today, I sit on my cabin porch, coffee in hand, watching Willow Lake's calm waters. This fight wasn't just my night's a warning to anyone facing corrupt authority. Share your thoughts below. Have you encountered HOA injustice or systemic abuse? Where do you stand on using technology to expose corruption? Let's debate the role of vigilance in fighting for justice.